This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Bonus Bucks is back on KFAN. We have 9 chances for you to win $1,000 every weekday. That's every hour from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. To enter the keywords and learn more, head to KFAN.com. Bonus Bucks is presented by Two Men and a Junk Truck.
I was hoping to hear about those two comics that don't like each other. And they just hurl insults at each other coming to town. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm waiting for that show.
You might hear about that later.
Yeah, and you know what else you might hear about? You ready to laugh your face off? Common Man and Meat Sauce and Larry Mondello guy. Saturday night, we're just 2 nights away. We will be at Max's on the Green, Little Crow Country Club, in Spicer for comedy. Doors at 4:30. Show starts at 7:30. Mondello guy will open with his high energy brand of comedy. And then Meat Sauce will take the stage. He'll be the feature act. I'll be the headliner. Meat Sauce used to be the headliner. He can't headline anymore. Hopefully he's building back up to that. He tells me he's got some new material. He's worked very hard on his set. So we're looking forward to that. It's a new, reborn Meat Sauce. It's a new and improved Meat Sauce. We'll have that for you. Tickets are available at Eventbrite, or we'll give away a pair a little bit later today. I think this will be the last pair we're giving away this week. So hope to see you there. Right now, though, it's time for 5, 3, 4 on the fan.
Time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1. Programming predicament.
I don't know if I can deal with it.
By the way, are you still doing the old programming predicament bit? Because I would have to find that. I don't know if you have like a new show or something to watch. You know what?
I'd like to do it anyway. It's always a good bit. If you can't find it, that's okay.
Hold on. All right, so
we're on a loose show here.
Yeah, the Wolves are in New York to take on Bodega Cat and the Knicks in a preseason game tonight at 6:30 p.m. You can watch it on NBA TV. Of course, you can listen to it on the Wolves station on the iHeartRadio app. The Wild begin the regular season tonight in St. Louis at 7 p.m. You can watch it on FanDuel Sports Network, or you can listen to it right here on the Fan and on the iHeartRadio app. There's 2 NLDS playoff games. The Dodgers host the Phillies at 5 p.m. and the Cubs host the Brewers at 8 p.m. Both games on TBS and True TV. And then the New York Giants host the Philadelphia Eagles for a little Thursday night football. That's at 7:15 p.m. on Prime TV. So, Common, what are you going to do about tonight's
programming predicament?
Let me think about it just for a second. That's long enough. Here's what I'm doing tonight.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale.
I think 98 episodes over 3 years. Deuce calls it Gigans Island. That's what the kids call it. Not Gilligan's, but Gigans. Deuce out of town. He's in Madison. The company sent them there on some type of seminar to learn the electricity business, negatrometer, that whole thing. So he won't be home. I love Bodega Cat, but it is preseason. I might give the Wild a few minutes, see if they can impress me. I'm not easily impressed, Tennessee, as you know.
Yeah.
And the MLB, Philadelphia staved off elimination yesterday by beating the Dodgers, and then the Cubs did the same against the Brewers. They're both, after falling behind 2-0, they both were able to win. The Yankees are done. Yankees lose, and then the Tigers in Seattle. That's tomorrow. That's 2-2. So somebody will be eliminated. But I might just bounce around a little bit and watch a little of this, a little of that.
Maybe get like 6 televisions on?
Yeah, well, we do that with the NFL. I do have a couple of crossword puzzles I still have to do, too. So I got plenty to keep me occupied.
I'm guessing the bitterness is worn off. But remember last year in the preseason? Was it the preseason or regular season? I thought it was preseason when the Wolves played New York, at New York. And that was right after, obviously, the Big Meow / Bodega Cat trade. We had Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. Wasn't he like talking smack while he's at the free throw line to their bench?
Yeah.
So maybe that bitterness returns and gives you a reason to tune in tonight. But
I would just like to see, you know me, I just like doing the bit where we didn't need Bodega Cat, because I did like Bodega Cat. I still do. I did like him. And, I guess all in all, we went to the Western Conference Finals with him on the team 2 years ago, and we went to the Western Conference Finals without him last year. So I guess you could say to this point the trade was just a push, right? It didn't get us any better than we were the year before as far as the final outcome, losing in the Western Conference Finals.
Question number 2. And now it's time to go in the trenches.
the Bill Belichick experiment in North Carolina is off to a disastrous start, but no one appears ready to pull the plug just yet, amid numerous reports that Belichick and North Carolina were engaged in negotiations to lower the coach's buyout after a dismal start to his tenure in Chapel Hill. Belichick and the school released a joint statement last night countering those claims. Belichick said in a statement, quote, "I'm fully committed to UNC football and the program we're building here." Athletics director Bubba Cunningham added that Belichick had, quote, "the full support of the UNC administration." Belichick's Tar Heels are off to a 2-3 start to the season, losing all three of their games versus Power 4 competition by a combined 120-33. Common, how long do you think Bill Belichick will last at North Carolina?
My guess is if it continues like this, he'll get bored in a real hurry. I want to ask you a question because I'm not paying as close attention to Bill Belichick's career as I once did. Why did he? I mean, isn't his girlfriend like a college student? Is that true?
I think she's like mid-20s, yeah.
And so, and she goes to school there? Or
yeah,
To
baby.
school or something. Is that the reason he took did he not have any offers in the NFL or any other college offers? What was it that other than hers that would attract him?
My guess is he didn't have NFL offers.
Yeah, that would be it. So, yeah.
Took the money and ran.
Once a coach, always a coach, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't think he needs a paycheck, and he's got the rings. His legacy is intact. I guess he loves the game of football. So good luck to him. But I would think
I think his legacy though is
it's tarnished.
Starting to go the wrong way.
Yeah, I would say it's tarnished some, but you can't take the rings away from him unless you do it at gunpoint. But otherwise than that, he's got the rings. So I would think he would get bored after a while. I mean, I got to think you're standing on the sideline in North Carolina, getting it handed to you, and you're going, God, remember when I used to win big games, me and Tom, and now you're just doing this. I just think after a while he'll go, that's it, I'm out. So.
Question number 3. And now it's time to go in the trenches.
Let's go to the professional level. In the 14-team NFL playoff era, we haven't had one division get all 4 teams in the postseason, but we have been close. The AFC West and NFC North each put 3 in the playoffs last season. And right now, the NFC North has 4 teams that are 500 or better. The NFC West has 3 teams over 500, with the Cardinals in 4th at 2-3. Common, will this be the year that one division gets all 4 teams into the playoffs?
Unlikely, just because of the odds. But,
yeah.
At the beginning of the season, I always said if there was a division that would do it, it would have been the NFC North. But I'm not so sure because of the injury-riddled Vikings. The lack of any real progress. As a matter of fact, if anything, there's been no progress from McCarthy at all, and I think he's going to be the guy. So until we see some progress there, maybe get healthy, I don't know if the Vikings are going to make the playoffs. I certainly hope they do. Then you got the Bears. The Bears, I'm not so sure. The Caleb Williams had the one really nice game, but I don't know. Which team do you say is the other team right now has?
The NFC West. The Cardinals are 2-3, but the rest of the division is
in Seattle, San
500
Francisco,
or better.
The Rams are all quality clubs. I guess if I was a bet man, I don't think it's going to happen, but if it did, I would think it would probably be the NFC West.
Question number 3.
I still have to put production behind this open, but we'll play it anyway.
It's now time to gauge the temper of the Tommies.
Yeah, going into its first season eligible for the division.
Gauge the temperature of the Tommies?
Temper of the Tommies.
Temp of the Tommies?
Going into its first season eligible for the Division I postseason, the St. Thomas men's basketball team was predicted to finish first in a poll released on Tuesday. The Tommies received 17 first-place votes and 501 points in the Summit League preseason poll of coaches. Omaha was second and South Dakota State third. Tommy's sophomore guard Nolan Minnesale was voted as the preseason player of the year, and Tommy's junior Carter Bjorky was named to the All-Summit League preseason first team. Last
he was
season,
a Wayzata kid, wasn't he, the Bjorky guy?
Sure.
I think he was Wayzata kid.
Last season, the Tommies went 24-10 and reached the Summit League championship game where they lost to Omaha 87-75. Common, will the Tommies make the dance this upcoming March?
Does a Summit League get an automatic berth?
Yes.
Well, then, yeah.
But they weren't eligible for it, but now they are.
Right. Well, then I think if they're predicted to be first, I'm not following Summit League basketball in general and specifically St. Thomas basketball as closely as I once did. So I'll just go with the experts. I'll say that if they're predicted to win the division, the conference, or the league, I think they'll win the league, and that means they'll get that berth. So I say go Tommies. Checking the temperatures of the Tommies.
We're coming.
It's red hot. It's 98.6.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 questions. Well, actually 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
A very controversial, pressure-packed, high-intensity 5-3-4. Well done, Tennessee. Good set of questions for today. Other side of the break, more controversial Vikings news. Right now, though, Tennessee has a keyword in our national cash contest.
Yeah, the fan and 2 men in a junk truck, they want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with their national cash contest. Enter the keyword dollar at KFAN.com now for a shot at winning. The keyword is dollar. Enter now at KFAN.com. It's time to put your baggy sweatshirt on and get ready to laugh. Comedy icon Adam Sandler is bringing his You're My Best Friend tour to the Grand Casino Arena on October 22nd. Don't miss out on brand new jokes, classic bits,
the classic
maybe
bits.
Even a song or two.
No, not a chance.
Tickets are on sale now. Get the full details at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
In that legendary falsetto that he does like you, can hardly wait. It sounds like he has, as you know, PA has his top 10 friends list. At least he used to. He ranked his friends. And maybe usually I rank things in which the order they were received, like phone calls. Apparently, PA ranks his friends. It sounds like Adam Sandler says everybody's his best friend. He doesn't even have a ranking system. Everybody's there. So good for Adam Sandler. You might remember Tennessee. I think it was back in August and took a couple of days off to do some golfing. And I received that phone call that was to change my life. I know someday I'll get a call in which I don't know who it's coming from, when it's coming, and what it's going to be about, but it's going to change my life. And this was the one where, if you remember, the guy said that I had been selected to win $8.5 million, $500,000 in cash in a new 2025 Mercedes-Benz. And he wanted me to call. And what I did, all they wanted from me, to get all of that was my bank account number and a PIN number.
Oh, nice.
And so I did. I still haven't received the $8.5 million, the $500,000 or delivery of the Mercedes-Benz, though I will say my checking account's down to $65,000 now, so I'm not sure if I made the right choice. But I don't know how often do you get spam calls that, I think I probably average one a day, because I can go a couple of days without them, then I'll have a day where I'll get 2 or 3. And I just assume they're spam. When they're numbers that I don't recognize, even if they're Twin Cities, I don't know why that person would be calling me, and oftentimes they don't leave a message. But now they'll even do text ones. Can you Google 773 area code, where that's from? Because I forgot to get to this. This was a couple of weeks ago. But I'm going to read it. I got back-to-back texts at 10:26 a.m. and 10:27 a.m. back on Thursday, September 18th.
It's in Illinois.
Okay.
Serves the outer areas of Chicago outside the Loop and the innermost neighborhoods.
I think when I looked that up before, it said it's known for a spam area code. There's a lot of spam, a lot of people trying to trick you out of your money coming out of there. But anyway, this is what the first text said that came over at 10:26. Sorry that cut off, but I would still like to see you. I'm just concerned that I'm not going to be giving you the time and energy that you are looking for in a relationship.
Yeah, baby.
And then a minute later, it's, Dear Lord, Dan. She knows my name. If it's a she, could be a he. Who am I to judge? Dear Lord, Dan, if my phone could get the Dan in my life straight, I am mortified and apologize. Now, and then I didn't respond, of course. But my guess is this scam is, they're thinking, some gal likes me. How does she know about me? And then I'm going to call her. And then she's going to say, I want to get you into my life. And I want to give you the time and energy that you're looking for in a relationship. Why don't you send me airfare and I'll fly here. I'll fly. That could be the same call I've been waiting for. So that's
a very popular scam on social media.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
They try to slide in your DMs.
Okay. So
when it's pretty clear that they're not a real human being, that it's fake.
So that's probably what this person was doing, right? Probably trying to
slide in your DMs.
Yeah, and maybe respond to them and say, I'd love to meet you sometimes. You're exactly what I've been looking all my life for. They say, sure, send me airfare. I need $800 or whatever the case may be. I think that's probably what they're looking for. But I did not budge. And there's 2 or 3 others that I've got that I just find I don't even say that I'm annoyed by it. I used to get annoyed, but I use them for entertainment purposes only. I just get a kick out of it, especially if they leave message. My favorite was the guy that wanted to give me the $8.5 million, $500,000 in cash in a Mercedes-Benz. All I had to do was return his phone call. And it's like, and you and I have talked about this. I've read stories. There are people that, especially it seems like the elderly, fall for these things all the time. There's also the other one where they'll actually, the AI is getting so good, they'll have like somebody that sounds like Deuce and says, I'm in big trouble. You need to send me money.
I think that'll be the future.
Yeah, that's kind of happening. And, I think one of those things, we've actually talked about that as a family. Maybe you think we're really paranoid, but
code word.
We have a code word. Yeah. And I think it's Finsterwald. I think is what it is. So there's a code word of some sort. I don't even remember it anymore now.
You just told the scammers what your code word was.
But you have a code word so that if you don't hear that code word, then it's just it's just a scam. But he wanted to give me and I know that's what he was looking for. They were going to say, hey, I'd like to get that money. Okay, well, we'll send it to your bank right away. What's your bank account? Oh, and could you give us the PIN number too? This way we can get the money to you right away. That's what they're looking for. And I guess there are people that fall for those kinds of things. I was going to ask you about the Wild again. I had a question for you regarding the Wild, but
are they a scam? Is that what you're trying to?
Well,
has Bill Guerin been scamming us?
Yeah, I know. Did I see who just signed a contract today? Was there another NHL?
Jack Eichel signed 8 years. Was it 13.5 a year?
Okay. Where does he compare on the Kaprizov scale? Is he better, the same, not as good? Neighborhood?
He's pretty darn good.
Okay.
He's an elite player. He, plays a more valuable position than Kaprizov, and that he's a center. I would still think Kaprizov's a little bit another level ahead instead of being like a complete game changer. But no, he's a really, really good player. A guy who kind of took a lot of heat when he was in Buffalo, because when he was in Buffalo, that team just never made the playoffs, and he was kind of thought of as just like a loser player, right? That he can't ever get the team over the top, and then gets traded to Vegas, and all of a sudden they're very successful, and he's doing great as well. So he's got a great shot. He's as good a skater as anyone, and is also a pretty good, responsibly in his own end. So yeah, he's an overall good, very good center.
And so as we speak, with the overrated Connor McDavid just signing a 2-year deal.
Both Eichel and McDavid gave their teams hometown discounts.
Okay.
There's no doubt.
And so
and we did not get one here.
As we speak, Kaprizov is still the highest paid player in the National
And not
Hockey
even
League.
close.
Yeah. Is there anybody else coming up in the near future that needs a deal that won't give hometown to, or do you think Kaprizov can be the highest paid player? Do you think Kaprizov will stay the highest paid player for a while now?
He might for a year or so. I mean, when McDavid's eligible again in 3 years, I'd have to think that contract's going to be groundbreaking again. I haven't looked ahead at who other potential free agents are going to be in the next year or two. So
this text message thinks that we assume a woman was sending me a text wanting to give me your time and energy relationship. He says, "I'm sure it's real. You are the Radio Romeo." So maybe it is. Maybe she is. Maybe she is. She's
Yeah, baby.
Maybe my reputation spreads like wildfire. Someone else sent me.
I'll occasionally have some ladies try to get into my DMs both on Facebook and Instagram, and they all just happen to be smoke shows. None of them.
Isn't that funny?
None of them are just average-looking gals trying to get into my DMs. They're all just extremely beautiful.
Delivering your laundry guy says, "Update your phone!" Exclamation mark. The new iPhone blocks these coming through. It sends them a text and asks them what they want. If they don't reply, it gets blocked. I don't want to update my phone.
I do. You can report them to junk, which I do every single time.
No, right now, maybe there'll become a time where I get bored. I want them to leave a message. I want to see how, or send me the text. I'm very amused by the person that wants to give me that doesn't feel they can give me the time and the energy that my relationship needs, and the other one that wanted to give me life change. Now, it wasn't the kind of money that would get you to the grave, fool, but it was still pretty good money. We'll take a break. Come back. When we do, it's time for Spread Swing right here on the Fan.
We all remember that one teacher who made a difference, who believed in us, challenged us, or just made learning fun. Now's your chance to say thank you in a big way with iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding public school teacher who's gone above and beyond for their students to win $5,000 to stock their classroom with whatever they need. Help us say thank you to the educators shaping our future. Nominate your favorite teacher now at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Couple 13-14 past. I'm Common. He's Tennessee. No Mark Rosen today, though we will hear from him.
You've got to be kidding me.
Sort of, kind of, in a different sort of way. But joining us, there we go. Joining us now via the telephone, it's Deuce, which means it's time now for Spread Swing.
Spread Swing.
Now, Deuce, I don't know if you heard that vibe that Tennessee was reading about nominating a teacher that's meant a lot to you. I bet you'd nominate your father.
Okay. Well, you've taught me probably some of the lessons on how to be a gadfly, how to get people going. But let's be real. Who's taught me the more valuable lessons? That would be Mom. Without Mama Jama, I'd probably be a low-level loser, much like Jack Ruby.
Yeah. Well, who says you're not a low-level loser?
Well, there's that. I'm particularly low-level in spread swing. It's been a brutal season for me thus far.
Yeah, it has.
Well, it's been a typical season.
Yeah, it's been a typical season.
Yeah,
it's what you are.
Well, there's that.
You're the company sent you on some type of a fact-finding mission. You're out of state right now. How did you get out of your? Are you supposed to be in a seminar right now, or what's going on?
Yeah, I'm just taking a quick step outside because there's classes all day. So I'm just taking I'm on the rooftop of a pile center here. I'm overlooking Lake Mendota and Madison.
Oh, okay.
And I just stepped out to take the call, and as soon as it's done, I'm gonna get back in there and get to taking some notes and whatnot.
Very good. Tennessee spread swing. What do we have? What happened last week?
Yeah, so if you remember going into last week, Common, you were in the lead with 40 points. I was in second place with 22. Rosen in third with 17.5, and Deuce in last with minus 41.
Minus 41.
We did have some changes in the standings this week, but it was not at the top with the Common man, Dan Cole, because you had 2 wins this week, Common. You had Detroit minus 10 against the Bungles. The Bungles did come back to make it relatively close, but they still lost by 13. So you gained 3 points in that one. And then you had Tampa Bay plus 3.5 against Seattle. on the road, and they won that game by 3, so you gained 6.5. You went from 40 to 49.5.
Hey, good. That's
you are
nice.
now in first place.
Beautiful.
Now in second place, that would be Mark Rosen. He had 2 wins last week. He had the homer pick of the Minnesota Vikings minus 3.5 against Cleveland. Carson Wentz saved his bacon. They ended up winning by 4, so he gained 0.5 point there. And then he also had Dallas minus 2.5 against the Jets. They won that one by 15.
Wow.
So he gained 12.5 points. Rosie now in second place. He moves up to 30.5 points. I am now in third place because I had a very deuce-like week. I had Buffalo minus 7.5 on Sunday Night Football, and they lost. They lost to the Patriots by 3.
That's unbelievable.
So I lost 10.5 points there. I also had the Giants plus 2 at New Orleans. They lost by 12. I lost 10 points there.
Wow.
So I went from 22 points to now I'm just at 1.5.
Okay, Deuce, or I mean Tenna.
Well, we're on a Deuce. No surprise here, but Deuce still in last place. Deuce, you had the opposite of Common on the Tampa Bay Seattle game. Very, very smart pick by Common to just take the opposite side of you. You had Seattle minus 3.5 against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, they lost by 3, so you lost 6.5 points there. And then one of the most epic collapses in NFL history went against Deuce last week. The Arizona Cardinals were favored by 7.5 against Tennessee. What were they up by? Were they up like almost 20 points?
Or 16 points.
And
almost 20 points.
They just lost in unbelievable fashion, 22-21 to the Titans. You lost 8.5 points there. Deuce, you are now at minus 56. So through 5 weeks, we've made 10 overall picks. Deuce is 1-9 against the spread. And like literally you could flip a coin and you'd be more likely to be right than Deuce. And my favorite part now is every week on Twitter or X, I have people sending me actual betting slips that they are betting against Deuce's picks. And they're all cashing in. They're all cashing in.
So
I provide a very valuable, unique service to this show, and I'm happy to do it week after week. If it means my suffering and that people are laughing at my expense, so be it.
Yeah, and we're laughing, and they're laughing all the way to the bank.
So on X right now, it's hashtag Fade Deuce is what's trending on X as we speak. Fade Deuce.
Fade Deuce.
The order is going to be Deuce, myself, Rosen, and then Common.
Spread swing.
You better look at these games.
I'm assuming music's done, and that means it's there we go.
There you go.
My turn first up, as per usual. And I like the primetime games. I've taken a lot of primetime games up to this point in the season, and I'm going to keep that train rolling. The Buffalo Bills travel to the A this Monday night. I think it's a Monday nighter, and it's a doubleheader that evening. But the Bills are taking on the Falcons in the first contest of Monday evening, and the Bills are reeling from an atrocious loss to the New England Patriots. I don't really think the Patriots are a whole lot better than anyone thought they were before Week 5. I think the Bills just played kind of a bad game. Josh Allen even said himself, some sloppy football. And I think they're going to struggle against Atlanta. They're going to play one of the best defenses in the league. The Falcons have, I believe, the best rushing defense, or no, best passing defense, and like a top 5 rushing defense. So the Falcons are going to be able to stop Josh Allen's offense. And the Bills have a pretty good defense through the air, but when it comes to stopping the run, the Bills' defense has looked like it's chairs all year. And they're going to have to stop Bijan Robinson, who's the best running back in the NFL, not named Saquon Barkley or Jahmyr Gibbs. So I like the Falcons in this one. I get 4.5 points for a home team. I'm taking Atlanta. Give me the Falcons plus 4.5. Now, what do you think? What do you think of that?
I think it's going to be a Calcutta in Buffalo.
I think a lot of people are heading south and east of the border to go bet on the Buffalo Bills as we speak.
I think you're probably right.
Spread swing.
I think I'm probably the only one that would pick the Las Vegas Tennessee game as part of my pick for spread swing. But Vegas, 3.5 point favorites at home against Tennessee. And Vegas is coming off a game in which they got spanked by the Indianapolis Colts. They gave up over 40 points. And I think they're going to be mad. And I think they're going to be upset. And here comes the bounce back game from Vegas. On the other hand, you have Tennessee coming off that comeback, that win against Deuce and spread swing. But, I mean, let's face it. Like, that was the luckiest comeback in the history of the NFL. Like, Arizona's running back let go of the ball before they crossed the goal line. Tennessee scored a touchdown in which they threw an interception, and then the guy fumbles it, and it's recovered by Tennessee in the end zone. That was all luck. Tennessee is not a very good team. And I now think, and on top of that, Tennessee is playing their third straight road game. They've been on the road quite a bit here. I think they're going to get exposed big time by Las Vegas in a bounce back effort. So I'll go Raiders -3.5 versus Tennessee.
Spread swing.
Let me guess, Rosen's taking the Vikings.
Well, they're off this week, so that would be hard to take them.
Well, he
but
could still take them.
Rosie is going to go with, he must like Baker Mayfield all of a sudden because he's taking Tampa Bay.
Isn't that funny?
-3 versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, after he saw... It is crazy because I took Tampa Bay. I told him, I think I said in these very airwaves that I think Mayfield, I've seen it all over too. I think I said this to you the other day, Ted. One of those questions on ESPN was, is Baker Mayfield a top 5 quarterback in the league? And then they just had former Packer coach, Dallas coach.
Jimmy
McCarthy.
Johnson?
No, Mike McCarthy. And they had him on the... Seth Rogen. No, what's the guy that does the Grum that stole my Grum bit?
Oh, Pat McAfee.
McAfee on the McAfee show. He listed his top 5 quarterbacks, and he had Baker Mayfield.
You could argue it.
Five
you could argue Jared Goff is there.
So Rosen has jumped all over the Tampa Bay bandwagon.
Well, it's an interesting. I don't know how to read San Francisco because they are just decimated with injuries.
Yes.
Right? They're going without Brock Purdy. They're going out without their top 2 wide receivers. They're still able to pull it all together and beat the Rams last week. I think a lot of it is their coaching is so good.
Yep.
But I don't know how long the coaching can take you if you're still playing your backups nonstop. So that does have potential to get out of hand. So I don't mind that pick by Rosie.
Very good.
Spread swing.
Someone just texted and says, Deuce being this bad at spread swing has to be a bit, right? Nobody can be this bad at picking NFL games. Deuce, is it a bit?
Promise
or are
it's
you,
not.
Yeah, I can probably see that too.
I'm pretty sure my 5-year-old daughter could make picks better than Deuce.
It's so much fun sitting on the couch in the man grotto as the games are progressing, watch Deuces. It's just the Cardinals one was just priceless. It was so much
You can't
fun.
make that up.
Why is Kansas City favored over Detroit? I don't understand that. They are, right? Is that
They are by 1.5.
How is that?
I don't get it.
They're
Pat Mahomes at Arrowhead, I guess.
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
Have they ever been underdogs at Arrowhead?
I don't
in the
know.
Mahomes era?
I will say this. I'm not saying that Mahomes isn't the best quarterback on his roster. He is indeed. I'm not saying he's done either, but he doesn't got
He's actually been pretty good this season.
He doesn't have a lot to work with right now, right?
No.
And Rashi Rice is still out.
I think Pat Mahomes is their leading rusher right now. That's
I know things can change in a hurry, and I know on the road in Kansas City's got the, they had the pedigree. I think a lot of that 1.5 is just respect for what they've been able to accomplish. They've been the most dominant team in football for 10 years. But I'll take that 1.5. I'll take Detroit on the road. I think Detroit moves to 5-1. Most power rankings have them the best team in pro football, and for good reason. I like the way they play. Now, defensively, they're getting beat up a little bit. Again, their secondary is not real sharp, so maybe this is where Mahomes can take advantage of that. But I'll take the Kitties.
What do you think of the Lions now?
Spread swing.
The Arizona Cardinals are coming off of a collapse that was so horrific that if I had not picked them in spread swing, their dope-de-dope running back would have crossed the plane with ball in hand. The score would have gone to 28-6, and the Cardinals would have won by 2 touchdowns. But I wield a curse, and I bestowed it upon the Arizona Cardinals, and they lost in the most dope-de-dope fashion that I can remember in a really, really long time. And things are going to go from bad to worse. I don't know how you can get much worse than what happened last week, but I think Arizona is going to find it when they travel to Indianapolis this week. The Colts are a really, really quality football team. Daniel Jones is playing excellent quarterback, playing excellent at the quarterback position, and I think the Cardinals are just going to get destroyed. Straight up, the Colts are just going to overmatch the Arizona Cardinals. I think 7 points is even, I have to give up 7, but I think that's even being a little bit generous. I think the Colts are going to demolish the Arizona Cardinals, but I am 1-9 this season. But that one victory I had the one time I did gain points, it was picking the Indianapolis Colts. So hopefully they can, hopefully they have a little more magic and they can help me out of this jam that I've been working in. So I'll take the Colts -7.
Also in this one, Kyler Murray didn't practice yesterday. I think it was a foot-related injury, so it's possible they're going to their backup, which is Jacoby Brissett, which he might have. He played for the Colts at one point, did he not? I don't. He's been all over the place. I don't remember anymore, but spike game coming for Jacoby Brissett, maybe.
Very good.
Spread swing.
Yeah, the LA Superchargers are favored by 3.5 at Miami this week, and I will be taking the Chargers -3.5. It's been a couple disappointing weeks for the Superchargers, losing 2 consecutive games to the Giants in Washington. But I guess I'm all about bounce back games this week because they are playing a Miami team that is awful. They don't have Tyreek Hill. They lost at Carolina last week. The Chargers, 3 games into the season, look like one of the best teams in football. They have to recapture it against Miami here. I know I'm giving up 3.5 points, but I'm going to take LAC -3.5 against the Finns.
Wow.
Spread swing.
Legendary one. What's he got? Did anybody snipe the legendary one?
No, I did have this as one of my backup picks in case I did get sniped. And little did he know when he gave me this pick on a sheet of paper that it was going to be opposite of a current pick that's already been made by one of us. And luckily for him, it's opposite deuce. He's going on the other side of the Buffalo Bills-Atlanta Falcons game. Is it Falcons or Falcons?
Falcons.
He is going to take the Buffalo Bills -4.5. I liked Buffalo in this one as well.
Yeah,
so the fact that Deuce was confident and made that his number 1 overall pick made me extra confident. I almost decided to go with that strategy anyways. But he'll go with the Buffalo Bills -4.5 at Atlanta.
Yeah, I think Buffalo bounces
He'll
back
regret it.
myself, but we'll see.
Spread swing.
There are a handful of games I could select. First of all, how is Green Bay a 14-point favorite? What? Over Cincinnati?
Have you seen the Bengals?
Well, they have Joe Flacco now, and he's going to start this week. And
I don't know if that's much. He just got benched for Dylan Gabriel, so I don't know if that's not. I mean, it's an upgrade over Jake Browning, but
Joe Flacco throwing the veteran wide receiver, throwing to maybe the best wide receiver combination in pro football. Joe Flacco is going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week this week. But I don't know if I don't know if I'm ready to because it is at Curly. Then there's another game that I think is that I like a lot, and that would be Pittsburgh. Because now, what is Cleveland doing for? Are they going to go with the kid again, or should?
Oh yeah, they're going back to Dylan. Yeah,
sure.
Dylan Gabriel. Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay.
He didn't play that bad.
No, he didn't. But I just
he didn't
know,
turn the ball over.
I know that people want Shedeur Sanders, including you. You're a huge Sanders guy. So
I don't know if I'm a huge Sanders guy, but
and I like the way the Steelers are playing. I like the way Rodgers is playing. And then there's also Denver on the road against the Jets. I don't mind giving up 7 points there. I think Denver is for real defensively.
And that one is in London. It's not on the road.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
yep,
what you said.
I marked that wrong.
In London.
Yeah.
So, there's just, and I know I'm going to pick the right one in each case. Just which one?
By the way, in London, they're playing the game at 8:30 in the morning. What are they doing?
I don't know. With all of these games, I just got to decide which one I can make the most points on, because I'll pick it correctly either way. I think I'm going to take A-Rod and the Steelers, and I'll give up the 6 points.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and do
Pitt
that.
minus
Yeah,
6.
I think I'll take Pitt minus 6. I like that. I think Rodgers is feeling his oats. I think he's really comfortable with where he's been, where he's going, where he's at. I think Pittsburgh likes where they are. Cleveland is, and the new kid was fine, but I think Tomlin and company will come up with a few tricks. I think Pittsburgh wins, and they'll win comfortably. I'll take the Steelers and give the 6 points.
The only other game I was considering was Washington minus 4.5 against Chicago. That's the rematch of the Fail Mary from last year. Remember that play?
Yes.
When Tyreek Stevenson, while the ball is being snapped, is looking out into the crowd.
Yeah,
they got themselves a rematch. That's it.
Deuce, when are you
Spread swing.
When are you heading back?
I'll be on the road at about 12:45, 1 o'clock tomorrow.
And then
I'll roll back into town like 4 hours later.
And then you've got Mankato East against Apple Valley football.
Yeah, I'm filling in for the legendary Robbie Rosenhaus. He's out of town for a wedding, so I'm taking a spot covering the game. Mankato East coming off of a win. Apple Valley also coming off of a win. It's going to be played at Burnsville due to the Osprey issue that has been happening at Apple Valley. But it's going to be a good matchup. I'm excited. It'll be the first football game I've done.
Yeah, you'll be on the call. That'll be on GameTimeMN.com. I'll be listening, my friend. I will see you. Please drive carefully when you come home, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Yes, will do. Sounds great. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate you.
There's Deuce, and there's a spread swing here on the Fan. We'll take a break. Another hour to go. Remember, no Mark Rosen. He's out. But we got a little of this, a little of that, with the emphasis on the lat. More controversial Vikings news, other side of the break, here on the Common Man program on the Fan.